Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to our double review of Kamen Rider Accel
and Kamen Rider Accel Trial.
Okay, I'll start off with some good old-fashioned head articulation. Before that, I'd like to point out three things. One is, of course, his beautiful compound eyes. It's a very dark shade blue that he has over his visor, but the compound eyes are there. You just have to put it under the right spectrum of light to see it. And two is his A on his face. There's an A shape there, right there in the center. Of course, he has an A on his upper helmet as well. Alright, moving on. His head can rotate 360 degrees. His head can go that far down, that far back, go from the side to side, off to the left, and off to the right.
Accel Trial's head can go 360 degrees. It can go that far down, that far up and back. It can go side to side a little bit. And unlike the original Accel, you can actually see his eyes without the need for a bright light, which is always a plus. And he has a nice motorcycle slash dirt bike looking helmet.
He has a ball joint in his upper chest and one in his lower abdomen. Since the driver is removable, I'm going to take it off so I can show you everything. You can go that far, or excuse me, bend that far down and that far back. You can go that far to the left, swivel, go that far to the right, and he can turn that far to the left and that far to the right.
Now, Accel Trial's memory does get in the way of articulation for his torso, so he can't really go that far down, but he can go back that far, get some pretty decent bends. But I think the real star of his torso articulation is the fact that he can go really far to each side. Probably the farthest of any Figuart that I have.
Okay, for Accel's arm articulation, the shoulder is on a hinge, which is kind of hindered by the handlebar, so it can only go up so far. His arm can rotate 360 degrees. He has he can do a little circular motion due to the ball joint in his chest. His arm can come out pretty far. The arm below the shoulder can rotate 360 degrees, no problem. The elbow is on a double joint, which allows him to go that far in. And the hand is on a ball joint, which can rotate 360 degrees as well. Also get a little, oh, there we go. Also gets a little swivel action out of it.
Accel Trial's arm can rotate 360 degrees. It has that ball in there, so it can do the circular movement. The shoulder pad is on a hinge, so it can move out of the way. And his arm goes that far out. Rotates, if I can keep his arm steady, rotates below the shoulder 360 degrees. Elbow is double jointed, so he gets a little bit more than a 90-degree bend. The hand can rotate 360 degrees, and it can swivel back and forth.
He has a type 1 hip, which is a excuse me, ball joint on a hinge, which allows him to do this number there. Gets a little swivel action out of his leg. It can be brought out that far. Out. Can be brought out that far forward. And that far back. His knee is double jointed. Allows him to pull off that number right there. And he has the metal style feet. Yes, very nice. Which can rotate 360 degrees. Get a little turn that far to the, or bend that far to the right. That far to the left. Yeah, the whole foot can be brought out that far forward, that far down or back, and he has the toe on a hinge.
Accel Trial has the Type 1 style hips, which is the ball joint on the hinge, so they can be brought down for wider kicks or the splits. The hips can rotate at the thigh. The legs can go that far up. Let me zoom out here. They can go that high up, that far back without twisting to the side. His knees are double jointed. Not quite able to touch his butt, but still very good. He has the metal style feet, which can rotate 360 degrees. Have a little bit of wiggle in there. You can go in that far, out that far, go down, forward and up, and the toe is on a hinge. You can go completely up.
Alright, his accessories come with all you see here, of course. Comes with a pair of fist hands, a pair of holding things hands, a pair of sword holding hands, a pair of splayed open hands, there we go, one stylish open hand, and a thumbs out hand. Also comes with the Accel driver. It also has a little memory in there. Very nice. And the engine blade, which does open up. And there we go.
Accel Trial comes with a pretty good assortment of hands. Comes with closed fist hands, holding things hands, sword holding hands, splayed open hands, an extremely stylistic splayed open hand, and a thumb hand. And I'll show you what this does in a second. Comes with two different Accel drivers, one with the trial memory on it, one with the Accel memory on it, and it comes with the trial memory by itself, and it is beautifully painted. See the red, yellow, and blue lights in there, gold right there for when where it plugs in, and the engine blade, which is very, very nicely painted. Details all around, and it opens up, and you can use his thumb hand to act like he's putting the engine memory in there, or the steam or lightning or whatever memory he wants to use in there. So that's all nice.
Final thoughts. Kamen Rider Accel was the writer that really got me interested into the double series. I liked his character, I liked what he was about, I liked his suit in general. It was just the one that really related to me the most, more so than Double. As far as the figure is concerned, I like the red on him. It is an excellent combination. I liked all the silver, black on him, the blue eyes, the blue compound eyes. The sword too looks really great. Great posability, good articulation. There's really nothing bad I can say about this figure. If you're an Accel fan, like I am, this guy is the one for you. I do highly recommend it.
Final thoughts. Kamen Rider Accel Trial is an excellent SH Figuarts release. I really feel that Bandai went all out when they released this guy. He comes with everything Accel did, plus his new memories. Now, normally, when they release a different form, he would come with, you know, the same hands, but he would be missing, say for instance, the sword. He only used the sword once in the show in this form, but they threw it in anyway. So that gives me a real sense of Bandai really wanting the collectors out there to appreciate this action figure. He has an excellent paint job. The metallic blue paint really stands out on the shelf. As you can see, he has great balance, no weight issues at all. So I definitely recommend this guy to any Kamen Rider Accel fans, Kamen Rider Double fans, or just anyone who really likes the design of the suit.
This is AKIRA 2805
and Dragon 969 Reviews. See you at the next review.